For both financial and personal reasons, purchasing real estate abroad may be a wise investment. But how do you choose where to buy? There are a number of crucial factors to take into account, such as foreign ownership rules, available financing choices, tax obligation, and any other expenses like surveying fees that could be necessary as part of the purchasing process. It's also important to consider how buying a foreign property will fit into your entire financial strategy, and if you're buying it for your own use, how the cost of living abroad will differ from your own. To make sure you know what to anticipate, comply with local standards, and avoid any unpleasant surprises, work with a real estate agent and attorney knowledgeable with the language and legislation of the nation you are interested in. In today's video, we will talk about the 10 best countries to invest in real estate. So make sure to watch the video till the end, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, so you won't miss any future videos we upload. Number 10. Malaysia. Malaysia is a viable option if Asia is calling to you. One of the greatest property markets in Asia is found in this nation, which borders Singapore, but lacks Singapore's exorbitant pricing. Malaysia benefits from a tropical environment, a low cost of living, reasonable real estate prices, and welcoming laws for foreign ownership. The majority of the population speaks English, and the nation largely uses Western financial practices. The Malaysian government encourages foreign investors, who are often allowed to purchase land with a freehold title, if a few requirements, such as a minimum purchase price, are satisfied. State-by-state restrictions differ in terms of specifics. However, with the exception of real estate on Malay Reserve land, foreigners can often acquire the majority of different types of land with the appropriate state authorities' consent. Number 9. Italy. Italy, where many individuals aspire to own property, allows foreigners to do so without restriction as long as they are members of the European Union or another nation having a reciprocal ownership agreement, such the United States. Property acquisitions adhere to a rigid process that is simple yet bureaucratic. Finding the ideal property to buy might take some time, especially in Italy, where land and residences are frequently passed down from one family to the next. Instead of concentrating on well-known, pricey locales like Tuscany, think about less visited areas like Abruzzo, Calabria, and La Marche. Anywhere in the nation, fantastic discounts may be discovered with some time and effort. Number 8. France. France is a consistent preference for purchasing overseas real estate due to its rich history, culture, and food. Foreigners enjoy the same rights to purchase real estate that French residents have, and they qualify for in-country financing at favorable interest rates, despite the nation's reputation for bureaucracy. Due to France's varied topography, there are many different real estate alternatives available. In several areas of the nation, notably Brittany, the Dordogne, and the southwest regions of Occitanie and Nouvelle-Aquitaine, good discounts may be discovered. Before you sign on the dotted line, be sure you completely comprehend the anticipated future costs of keeping or enhancing your property, as they may not be immediately apparent. Number 7. Spain. Foreigners may freely acquire real estate in Spain and are qualified for in-country mortgages, with the exception of military territory and land close to international boundaries. Spain's attraction is enhanced by affordable housing costs, a relaxed way of life, a beautiful climate, and a lower cost of living than in many other regions of Europe. Along the Costa Blanca, you may get some of the greatest discounts. To ensure you are knowledgeable of any applicable planning restrictions, any prospective future development, or any known informal usage patterns that may impact the property's long-term worth, exercise due diligence and thoroughly investigate any piece of land you are contemplating. Spain provides a golden visa scheme of residence by investment, just as its neighbor Portugal. Number 6. Portugal. Portugal is quickly gaining favor with tourists and home purchasers due to its mild climate, laid-back culture, and comparatively inexpensive cost of living by European standards. With a great potential for high rental returns, the nation offers one of Europe's finest deals for purchasing real estate. Portugal avoids the often oppressive heat of the Mediterranean due to its location on the Atlantic coast. The Algarve coast offers some of southern Europe's most picturesque shoreline at affordable costs, while other areas of Lisbon are still reasonably priced. Anyone investing a particular amount in Portuguese real estate is eligible for Portugal's Golden Visa program, which grants residency and a quick path to citizenship without requiring relocation. Non-residents can get mortgages. Number 5. Uruguay. Little Uruguay, wedged between South America's two giants, Brazil and Argentina, is quickly becoming into the region's center for international finance. This little, stable and democratic nation welcomes global investment and does not impose any restrictions on the use of foreign cash or currencies. Additionally, there are no limitations on foreigners owning property. All real estate transactions are conducted in US dollars, while some taxes may need conversion to and payment in Uruguayan pesos. Since so much of Uruguay is agricultural, it's a wonderful option for anyone looking to acquire farmland. Popular locations for urban real estate include the nation's capital, Montevideo, and the coastal resort Punta del Este. Number 4. Panama. Due in great part to its renowned canal, the sole route between the Atlantic and Pacific Seas, and its strategic location at the meeting point of North and South America, Panama has one of the quickest rates of economic growth in the area. The country is a desirable option for international real estate, from urban property to rural land, due to its political stability and usage of the US dollar as the national currency. In addition to several islands and waterfront locations, foreigners are not permitted to own property within 6 miles of international boundaries. The purchasing of real estate by non-citizens is often not subject to many limitations. There are also direct flights to the US, cheap taxes, stable pricing, and a low cost of living to consider while moving to Panama. Number 3. Costa Rica. Costa Rica provides many of the same benefits as Belize, including a tropical temperature, excellent natural beauty, and easy flight connections to the United States. When it comes to purchasing real estate, foreigners have the same rights and protections as Costa Ricans, including the ability to hold title to land. However, the maritime zone, which stretches from the high tide line to 200 meters inland, forbids both foreigners and Costa Ricans from owning or constructing on beaches. Despite recent price increases, Costa Rican prices remain lower than those in North America and Europe. The cost of property taxes is still quite cheap, and capital gains are not taxed. It is important to seek the advice of an experienced broker for assistance through the process, because there are no licensing requirements or laws controlling the purchasing and selling of real estate in Costa Rica. Number 2. Belize. Belize has a lot to offer tourists, including the second longest barrier reef in the world, lush rainforests that protect Mayan sites, and a variety of species. It's also a well-liked location for Americans to purchase real estate because it's an English-speaking nation close to the United States. Although overseas property acquisitions require government clearance, there are often minimal limits on where you may buy. Low property taxes, no capital gains tax, and a stable exchange rate of 2 BZD to 1 USD mean that currency swings are not a concern. However, because the real estate market in Belize is largely uncontrolled, it is crucial to speak with an expert who has experience buying property in Belize. With its Qualified Retired Persons Incentive Program, Belize makes it simple for international retirees age 45 or older who fulfill specific income standards to get residence with no tax on income from sources outside of the country. Number 1. Mexico. Mexico is a popular choice among Americans looking for retirement or investment property due to its accessibility and reduced cost of living when compared to the United States. With the exception of ejido land handed to indigenous tribes by the Mexican government, most forms of real estate are accessible to international buyers and offer in-country financing for non-residents. It is technically illegal for foreigners to purchase real estate that is 50 kilometers from the shore or 100 kilometers from an international border. The use of a Mexican company or fiduciary trust, fideicomiso, in which a Mexican bank maintains title to the property on behalf of a foreigner who enjoys all the rights and advantages of ownership, makes it very simple to get past these limitations. Naturally, purchasers in Mexico should be very aware of the various areas' current security conditions. Real estate investors should take into account the fact that gang and drug-related violence are issues in various regions of the country when deciding whether or not to acquire. This brings us to the end of this video. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and sharing so we can keep bringing more content like this. Also, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.